gin tasting cruise. I'm down for that. I'm not down to pay 30 pounds for it though. One of the things I still don't understand with British tipping culture is when you pay with card, it doesn't have the option to tip usually. So there's been times where I've just like left, but for the most part, I will just throw cash on the table. There has been times where like I didn't have cash and there was no option to tip on the card machine, so sorry people at the Thai restaurant in York. Hello? Oh, you're an adorable local. Oh, you're an adorable local dog. I guess I missed the dingle. The dingle's telling me that the dingle is that way. Up the hill here. Really hope that that's what they call that church on the top of the hill though. The Church of St. Dingle. Count of Barry. So I'm beginning to think that this is actually the dingle. This is Shrewsbury's dingle. Just a big open quad essentially. Probably a lot of young romance blossoms in the dingle. You know, first kisses in the dingle. Things of the sort. That old man turned, he thought that I was his grandson who was walking right next to him. He turned and said, "Harry?" And I was like, yes, but I don't think I'm the Harry you're looking for. And he goes, "Oh, I thought I was looking for my grandson." I was like, "Your grandson's name is also Harry?" And he was like, "Yep." And I was like, "Well, yep. Definitely not the only Harry around here." So, war memorial for World War I. Fitting place for it in the dingle. We're gonna go back down this way along the river. This is just the most British thing I've ever seen. You just walk around and all of a sudden you find an enchanted garden. Let's go for a quick tour, huh? Archway. Oh, definitely in a fantasy land now. Probably no other Harrys here. There's a bunny bush right up there. Doesn't look very healthy, but I see what they're going for it. Pretty sweet in here. I'd imagine the kids trespass at night from the dingle. Jump the fence over. Definitely scalable. Jump the fence over. Get enchanted in here. And you can make it that way you will. Could mean enchanted in a romantic sense. Could mean enchanted in a marijuana cigarette sense. Maybe a psilocybic mushroom sense. Just get enchanted. So. Pretty enchanting. I am so enchanted right now. And of course we got some climate change activism signs in the World War I memorial. Fitting. Well, I guess we'll go back into the dingle. Looks like they're setting up for the annual Dingle Fair. Or perhaps they call it the Dingle Ferry. All right, we're gonna go back up the hill from the, I think this is the east side of the dingle. I kind of want to go get a better look at this church. Getting pretty exhausted walking up and down the dingle. Who knew that the dingle could be so big? A couple of guys running up the dingle. Group of local toughs over there in the corner, probably smoking up marijuana cigarettes. We're gonna go back down this part of the Dingle. We're gonna keep doing the river walk and then we'll cut back through town. Actually, it must be the local high school cross-country team. Probably call them the Shrewsbury Dingles. I guess this is the Shrewsbury school up there. It's the same school that I guess Charles Darwin went to. Also just learned that church was called St. Chad's. Little known fact is that was where Jesus turned water into Monster Energy drinks. Blessed us with lots of drywall to punch. Catching the beginning of fall foliage. Just kind of hoping to catch it a little bit later in the year. Figured in September, this far north, be seeing most of the trees changing color, but I guess about 2 weeks too early. And I know you guys all come here to have me talk about foliage for you. So I think I'll just keep talking about it. You know, I grew up in the Northeast. Used to have people from the cities come up there around late September, October time frame. We call them leafers. Not leaf as in marijuana leaf. I know we've been talking a lot about marijuana cigarettes, marijuana plants so far on this episode, but actually not an imbiber of the devil's lettuce. Am a leafer though. Do like a good orange tree. Do like a good crunchy leaf underneath my foot. An adorable little dog. Really good travel tip in general is just to pet the dogs wherever you go. Hi. Oh, especially here where they're so sweet. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you're pretty hot in that coat though, I bet. Oh, you're a sweet pup. You're a sweet pup. Pretty sure that woman just told me that the dog was enjoying that frisk. Not sure how I feel about that. I feel like frisking is better saved for police officers and security guards and nightclub venues like the one I had in London, who effectively gave me the most action I've had in 3 weeks. Definitely the most action I'll get in this whole trip, as he pushed my genitalia to the side and then pushed it to the other side. I went on both sides of it. So shout outs to E1 Club in London for having security guards who like to touch sausages. I don't know what they'd say here in London. Frisky, my banger, maybe. All right, we're gonna cut back through town. So I've essentially gone around the Dingle. We'll walk back through, check out the architecture. Still haven't got a coffee, but definitely digging this place. It's super cute, super comfy. Already selling Christmas stuff, that's unfortunate. It's called Oberon. That sounds like a Game of Thrones character. We got another hill. I love walking up hills today. Having a blast. Felt better after eating at the King's Head. Of course, burned all those calories off by walking up and down the Dingle, and now by walking up this hill. Artisan gin and other tipples. You know, sometimes you just hear words that are so British, they were never meant for an American's ears. And I think tipples is one of those. Rolly's Fudge Pantry. killing the garment game. Guess we're gonna have to go walk through this building right here, or at least underneath it. One thing I wish I knew better before I came out here was Roman numerals. Sure don't use those much. Sure have no idea what some of those letters mean when they're talking about numbers. Sometimes life just provides, and when you're looking for coffee, it just shows you via Coffee House Passage. So I guess we'll just go get some coffee in Coffee House Passage. Not seeing any coffee houses. A vegan coffee shop. We'll go in here. So we've got the iced Americano. We've got an almond cake, almond cranberry cake. Not so much ice in the Americano, it's all melted. But yeah, this ended up costing about £5, 20 pence, so about $6. Little spendy, but all right. All right, we're coffee fueled, feeling better. Now we're gonna walk to my Airbnb. We've pretty much seen everything that downtown Shrewsbury has to offer. Coming upon a cool building though. Admiral Benbow. Beer garden. Free house. You can get free real estate. Admiral Benbow. Varsity rowing. Didn't know that could be a thing. Very British. Here they come, the varsity rowers. I want to be the one in the front who's just calling things. Just has like a microphone and it's just telling them where to go. All these guys are all slaving away. So that about concludes the slightly hungover tour of Shrewsbury and Western England. Some final takeaways, thoughts on the small city, large town. Loved the friendliness of the dogs. I loved the architecture here. I can't recommend it enough. I think it's probably, well, it definitely is the best place I visited on this trip. I could see it being messy in the rain, but right now, or if you're ever coming through and it's the summer, definitely swing by. Some of the downsides of it that I wasn't aware of: there are a lot of hills, and if you are working on a slight hangover, you probably shouldn't be carrying all your stuff on your back. But couldn't check into the Airbnb until 3 o'clock, so oh well, a little bit of hungover exercise. Thing I did like about it, the amount of friendly dogs that we saw, just adorable small dogs. Big fan of the Dingle. It's definitely the nicest Dingle I've ever seen. Big fan of this whole river walk thing that goes around both banks and seems to go around the town. The town kind of sticks out in like a peninsula. But what would I rate Shrewsbury? Let's say I'd probably rate Shrewsbury 9 out of 10 King's Heads.